Hey friends, it's your boy BigTCGFan coming at you with another video, and today we are going to do a fan art video, and the game we're going to be doing a video from is Pokemon. The character is Litten. Now what I decided to do is something a little different. Took an anime character and we're gonna convert that to a more realistic style. On top of it, I've never drawn an animal outside of a whale one time, but I thought it'd be cool to mix it up, do something, stretches my talents and makes things more fun. So let's speed the video up and get to it. So first thing, of course, I always draw is the eyes. Now my purpose with this one was to draw a cat. So like for a normal person, they would see a cat, but then fans of Pokemon would see this cat and know right away, oh, that's Litten. So that's my hope with this artwork. As you can see, I'm drawing in the basics of its nose, and what we'll do is we go along, we'll form it a little more here because I'm trying to do a little bit different here with this. Like I said, it's a new thing for me. Also, to add on to that, I'm going to be splashing in just a little bit of inking, and I'm also going to be splashing on some colors because Litten has a very distinct color pattern, and I wanted to make sure that I really captured the essence of the character by capturing those colors. So we're going to go ahead and, like for example, one of the most distinguishable features is across the top of Litten's face and head is this tree-like cluster of red fur. So we're going to go ahead and put the tree on there, then shape its head, put his ears in there. Now when I'm first drawing the formation of the face, you can see I'm not doing it in the true sense of Litten, because if you see the character, you'll see it has these distinct tufts of fur that puff off the side of its face, and now I'm drawing those in once I got a nice comfortable range. A lot of what I'm doing here is just going to be the basic outline until we get a little more detail with it. But as you can see, we keep going, you'll start to really tell, like if you know the character, you'll like start to catch it really quickly. Oh, that's Litten, especially as we go along in the video. And this is just a really fun one for me because, like I said, I've never drawn an animal, and I think it turned out pretty well. As we go along, you'll see that. And what I did was I found a picture someone had of a cat. It was kind of laying on its side and looking like at the camera. And so that's like what I went with as the framework for my design. And then I found a picture of Litten, like where they had a close-up of his face. And then I got another picture that was like just a generic Pokemon picture of Litten, and that's the one that I put on as the picture in the beginning when I announced the character. Now, like I said, we're getting the initial framework here, and like as I go along, I'll be tweaking and adjusting things just to make sure we get it precisely right. Now, one of the main reasons why I chose this character is it's actually my Midnight's Adventure, Kitty Climber 12. This is actually Pokemon is his favorite TCG game. He just likes collecting the cards, and he loves cats. So Litten is actually his favorite character from Pokemon. So that's the reason why I picked this. As you can see, I'm tweaking its arms because I'm trying to get a more realistic like framing and reference on the arms. We'll actually end up tweaking a little more, I think, in a bit, moving its chest up, extending its tail. Because when we get in there, like I said, Litten has a unique fur pattern, not just its fluffy cheeks, but also has a very distinct tail. And we'll come back and snatch that up when we get in there. So one thing I like to do when I draw eyes is I'll put these spots on the eyes, they're like reflective spots, because a lot of times when you look at something in the eyes, the light of what source of where it's at will be reflecting off its eyes. So we'll try to get that in there. It's a lot of fun when we get this because we got several levels of shadowing we'll have going on. The base shadowing is just going to be the pencil, and that'll represent the black. See, there's the tail I was talking about. And then we'll have, like I said, we'll have the inking, just those dark spots around his eyes, because I really wanted those to stand out. And then we'll throw in some reds and we'll throw in some yellows. That's me sharpening the pencil, to get it just right, because I realized at that point, I want to throw some yellow on it, because I was looking at the picture of the cat, Litten, and he had yellow eyes, so I want to do that. So right now here, what we're doing is we're really trying to ink, and the pen I had was, I think my son broke it, so I had to go get another one. It happens when you have children. They mess things up. So yeah, you can see here's me inking in the little dark spots around its eyes. So there's a lot of shadowing in there just to get that. And what a lot of times what that'll do is that'll help give the cat, his face, more form and function, so it becomes more than just a simple 2D drawing. And to be fair, it's my first time drawing a cat, so I think I did okay. I probably could have done better, but it's a lot of fun. We're trying to get it here. So we're going to tweak a little more, and then what I'm doing is I'm putting in the lines for the ears, and we're going to darken it up a little bit, and then we got to put it in like a ridge, and that's this, because there's like an outer ridge on a cat's ears, so we want to get that. And then I'm going to put in some fluff to give the ears a little depth, so that's really good. All right, so here we go with the red, and I'm trying to make it like a hair, so we'll kind of give it like a rough flick instead of just a solid color, because you don't want to have a solid color, otherwise it won't look like fur. That's what we're trying for here. How well I pulled it off, you be the judge. But like I said, I think it turned out okay. You can really start to see it's because you don't see too many cats with red fur. So that's like a clue that there's something going on with this cat that's not a normal cat, obviously. And then we'll get in the ridges here to really give it that Litten appearance. And then what I'm doing here is I'm putting in dark lines to give the hair more line to it. At least that's what I was trying to do. Now, whether we pulled it off or not, it's a whole other story. But as you can see, it's starting to come into form here. And once we start to add more color in there, and these dark lines right there are the whiskers. That's one of the good things about using the red, was I was able to make the whiskers just be straight black lines. There's his mouth. Yeah, so we're getting there. Put the nostrils on his face, and then we're going to lightly shade the nose to make the nose dark, but not make it dark enough that you can't see nostrils and lining. So now what I'm doing here is I'm putting in the black fur, because Litten is primarily a black cat with the red fur. It has red fur on his jaw, the tufts of fur, that distinct tree-like mark on his face. And then he also has several bands on his legs. So we'll be adding those in as we go. We just got to get some more fur in there. So there's me adding a little darkness and a little roughness, because I don't know if you look at a cat's ears, but they're not perfectly smooth. So, all right, so here we're shadowing in the eyes. Now this is when you'll start to really be able to see the cat, when we get these eyes shadowed in. That's usually why when I draw characters, I put the whole eye in there. But a lot of times when you're drawing, you don't want to have a rigid pattern of how you do everything. You want to, go with what you feel. You want to move around a lot. Okay, so here we're adding the yellow on the cat's eyes. Yeah, see, so at this point, if I were to show this to a Pokemon player, he would know right away, oh, that's Litten. All right, so here's me tweaking legs, because I was not happy with how the legs were placed. I didn't think it looked right. And here I'm going to add in the bands, because like I said, I tried to erase, but that didn't work. We'll use black later to patch it. It has two bands that go over its front legs, and then a large band that goes over its back legs. So here we are. We're filling that out. And actually, I do use the color pink on the bottom of his rear foot. That's because when you see a cat laying like this, its foot will be on the side, so you can see its paws on the bottom of its feet. So we're gonna add some pink there when we get there, just because I didn't want to use red. So there's me etching in its foot, and then putting in the red band. Like I said, I had a red band on the back of its leg, and then we're going to put in some black fur. One of the things that I really regretted as far as just doing this piece, as I was doing it, was the color palette that I used at the end. Because what I did is, you'll see at some point I pick up a circular object as a trash can, but it was the circle big enough. As I originally was thinking, oh, I'll just put this cool circle over the cat, but it didn't fit. So I decided instead to go with like green for grass underneath him, and then like blue for the sky. And I really kind of regret that, because I don't think that it turned out. I think that the black on the cat kind of blended in, and the greens and the blues didn't contrast enough to make it look as good as I had hoped it would. And it looks good. I didn't like it. So let's put some shadowing in the cat's ear, and just to get a little darkness in there. Okay. And so there you go. So let me go ahead and put my initial on this bad boy. I Try to find a good spot to put it. Right up here is good. Initial that bad boy up. So this concludes my video. Yeah, I hope you liked it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, share if you can. Peace out.